guys, so it's Friday, so I thought I'd do a little sit down chatty video with you, because I know on Fridays, well in the evening these days, I don't tend to go out, I don't go on the rampage, I don't go on the razzle. I like to just chill out, relax, have a nice dinner, watch some good TV, and that's all I ask for when it comes to a Friday night. And hopefully I'm not the only one that does that, so I thought maybe some of you will be looking at your subscription feed and looking for some videos to watch on a Friday night. Maybe you have more of a life than me and don't do that, but who knows. No shame in it though, is there? Is there? Today's video, it's probably a bit of a mixed match, but I just wanted to kind of update you on a few things, just go over a few things. In the same way you would with a pal, you tell them how your week's gone and what's gone on. Yesterday I went to the doctor's, just for one of those, 6 month or whatever it is, checkups. If you're on the pill, you have to have your blood pressure down and just check everything's all right. But I decided to go on a mission with this visit to the GP. I wanted to come away feeling like I made some progress and steps towards improving my situation. Because whenever I've talked about my fatigue or we've been talking about it, it's almost in a very matter-of-fact way, like that's how it is, deal with it. I've never been offered any kind of tools to help the situation, things to improve it, or things I can try, treatments, advice. I've never had any of that, because I think it's still quite an unknown thing, and a lot of GPs don't know much about it and therefore don't know what the correct form of treatment is. In fact, I've often gone to them suggesting things and said, I've read about this, or I saw on a forum about this, or someone's told me about the lightning process or whatever, and I've suggested these things and they've not even heard of half of them. So that kind of tells you how much work needs to be done in the health system about this sort of stuff. But anyway, so yeah, I just kind of wanted to really bang home my situation and the fact that it's not getting any better, that it's kind of stressing me out, and that I don't want to be living at home with my parents when I'm 40, so I need some help. And I really wanted to see if my GP knew about whether there's any benefits or funding or supplements that help people with these sort of illnesses just to cope financially. Unfortunately, she didn't know about that either, but I'll go into that in a second. I went in and I was really worried that I wouldn't be able to keep it together, because that's been my problem in the past. Because it's something that's stressful and it's so life-affecting, whenever I start talking about it, I tend to get emotional, and sometimes emotion can get in the way of you getting what you need to get done and coming out with kind of a positive result, because you're just overwhelmed with the emotion and you don't get your point across fully. So I really wanted to keep it together, and I managed to on the whole. I think my voice did that thing where it goes a little bit ooh, but no tears, didn't really well. I kept it together and I feel like I got my point across, and by the end of it I felt confident that she was gonna make some efforts to help me and try and find something that will push me forward and progress and improve my situation, so that's good. So yeah, what she suggested yesterday was that I go back on antidepressants. I used to be on citalopram, but I've since come off that, and she's put me on another one. I can't remember the name offhand, but I'll put it up on the screen. And her reason for this is that she said that some people have found that being on antidepressants has actually increase their energy levels. I can't remember whether she said it suppresses something or whether it releases something, but the result is that some people have found their energy increased. She asked me whether I felt that happened when I was on citalopram, and I said no, I don't remember that being the case. I didn't see any improvement in my fatigue when I was on it, only my mood and ability to cope with things improved. So that's also why she thought we'd try another one. Because she says some people find citalopram makes them a bit docile, a bit dozy, whereas this one doesn't. But when she suggested I go back on it, I felt a bit like, because if you've been on antidepressants, you feel kind of a sense of achievement when you come off them, because it kind of signifies that you've got slightly better, or your ability to cope's better, or perhaps you've got over that point in your life that was too much to deal with. And for me, the thought of going back on them feels like a step backwards. And I explained that to her, but then she said, don't look at it like that, because we're trying it for your energy levels, not necessarily for the depression side of things as such. And, you know, if it doesn't work, you can just come off them again. It's not an addictive drug, so it's not a problem either way, but it's definitely worth trying in case, you know, it does work. So that's what I'm going to be starting to do to see if that improves my fatigue. She also asked whether I thought I needed to go back to seeing a therapist or having a CBT, cognitive behaviour therapy. She knows why I was on antidepressants before and what I had gone through and the trauma, etc. So she wondered whether, you know, perhaps it was still affecting me more than I realise it is, and maybe that is affecting my progress in terms of getting more energy and fatigue, because actually I'm being weighed down still by the trauma of what happened. So she asked me, like, for instance, whether I still have flashbacks, or whether, you know, I'm still bothered by it, or whether it's still kind of re-entering my life in any way. And I said, I don't think particularly it is, and that I didn't know whether I wanted to go down the route of therapy again, because obviously it involves going through everything again and talking about and vocalising about the things again. But at the same time, when I did do therapy, I did actually get to the point where I enjoyed it. I looked forward to it. I enjoyed seeing my therapist because we got on really well. He was a really nice guy. And it's nice to talk to someone that you don't feel like, oh God, I'm boring them or I'm going on and on, because it's their job. You don't have that guilt that you're talking about yourself too much like you might with a friend or whatever. So she's given me a form so that if I want to do it again or feel that it could benefit me, I can do it. So I'm going to mull that over for a little bit. I always think there's no harm in doing it, particularly if I'm doing it on the NHS. It's not costing me money, so maybe it might be worth doing just to see if it improves things. But like I said, I don't feel like I'm in a particularly dark place. I don't feel like what happens is particularly affecting me, but then sometimes I don't think you realise when it is. Maybe there is some underlying things that are still getting to me that maybe if I sorted that out, I would be more energised and stuff. So that's worth thinking about. It's dawned on me that my situation isn't improving. I'm not getting any more money in, and I do worry that, you know, I am going to be with my parents till the end of time. And it dawned on me that, you know, I'm very lucky. I'm live in Surrey, middle class family. I have a roof over my head. I have parents that are willing to let me live here. Imagine if the story was very different, if I don't really have any money coming in. Imagine if I didn't have this family or friends or external relatives that would look out for me. Luckily I do have those, and they'd never let me be homeless or whatever. They'd always make sure I'm alright. But imagine if I didn't. And there's got to be some people out there in my situation that don't have these people looking out for them, that don't have family to put a roof over their head. What do they do? That's quite scary, isn't it, to think, you know, if you find yourself in a bad situation health-wise and you don't have finances or supportive people around you, what do you do? So I wanted to ask her, you know, is there any kind of benefit or financial support for people like me that can't work, or at least have regular work or money coming in? And unfortunately she didn't know anything about that, which is obviously another thing that really needs to be improved in, because it would be great if they could offer you advice on this sort of thing. But she did say that I should go to the Ambridge Council and speak to them about it. So last night I called, couldn't get through, but I sent them an email. So I'm hoping to pursue that and just see, you know, what's involved, what sort of documents they need, and whether they even do that sort of thing. I don't know. I also wanted to ask whether there's anything similar to a disabled badge, but obviously not quite, but something that someone like me can show on public transport or like concerts and events that will mean that I can get a seat, because I really struggle to stand for a long period of time. And so when I'm travelling in rush hour on the tube or on the train, when I realise that I've got to stand for potentially 35 minutes, it's really stressed me out and it's potentially quite dangerous. And I've tried to do some gigs recently where I haven't had seated tickets. I've ended up having to sit on the toilet floor, which no one should have to do. Like, I should be able to say, can I just go and sit in that seat that's empty upstairs for a little bit? So yeah, that's what I'm investigating. But anyone with chronic illnesses or any sort of illnesses that knows any of the answers to any of these things that I'm pondering, please give me advice below. Anything you can tell me would be great. Also, has anyone tried the lightning process? Everyone keeps telling me this is really good, but I want to know whether it's done on the NHS, whether you have to pay, how long it takes to work. All that would be really helpful. On a nicer subject, so I got a lovely delivery of Lush bits. There we go, in the post yesterday. I was so excited. For a moment I thought, Lush PR know who I am. How exciting, but no, it wasn't that. It was in fact a delivery organised by my boyfriend who is in New York. He's been in New York now for 4 weeks, I think. It'll be 6 weeks-ish before I get to see him. But anyway, he sent me some bath bombs with a little note, which I won't read because it's a bit cringy and you probably hate that if I shared that. It's the one private thing we got. But basically he just said something to help you feel like more relaxed because I've been working quite hard. So let me know if you'd like a Lush haul. I've never done a Lush haul. I don't know really how I go about it, but if you like Lush hauls and love Lush products, I will do that for you, so let me know. Another thing, I don't know how to word this. I don't want it to come off the wrong way, but because of the nature of the videos I do, a lot of them are advice videos or videos about, you know, topics that affect us as humans, you know, stressful things or taboo things or difficult things. Because of that, I tend to get a lot of emails from people, Facebook messages, tweets and that sort of thing, which I have to say is absolutely lovely, and I love hearing from people, so please don't stop, that's always lovely. But it's got to the point now where I'm getting quite a few and I'm finding it quite overwhelming to stay on top of it, because I'm not someone that likes to ignore those sorts of messages. If you send me like a chunk of writing that big, which a lot of you do, tell me your stories, your personal experiences, your troubles, etc. I don't want to send you a piddly reply. I want to give you a wordy reply back that is kind of answers all your questions and offers as much advice as I can. But it's getting to the point where it's taking up a large chunk of my time and it's eating into my time that I would dedicate to work that I'm trying to earn money doing, and also into my relaxation time, which I really need to have to stay well. So I'm finding that balance quite hard, and I just want to say that if you do write to me and you do share your story, which I want to reiterate, it's really humbling and gorgeous that you feel like you can share these very personal things with me. It's like really touching and it means a lot to me, but I am struggling to reply. So if I don't reply straight away, or if I don't reply because I've missed it or forgotten, please don't be offended and don't think bad of me if I can't do it. I'm really trying my best. But it makes me think, like, if I'm getting this amount and I'm only at like 8,000 subscribers, which in YouTube world is quite tiny, there's no way I'll be able to continue to do it if my channel grows. So I just want to say now, please don't think I don't care. Basically, I do care and I do want to hear your stories and I do want to help, but there's only one of me, and the one of me is not that strong and robust, and I don't have much free time, so I can only do my best. But I do also want to say that I've had a few messages and sort of emails or DMs on Twitter from people that have actually told me that they are wanting to commit suicide or on the verge of committing suicide, and they need my advice and they need to talk to someone, i.e. me. And that pressure is so scary and so huge, and it's a lot for me to take on. I'm doing this video because I saw my friend Anastasia posted a thing on Instagram saying a similar thing, because by the sounds of it she gets this too, and I haven't wanted to say anything because I didn't want to offend, but seeing her do it, it made me think, okay, it is alright to vocalise this. I'm just a YouTuber, writer, blogger, whatever. I'm not a therapist, I'm not an expert, and I don't know you apart from what I know from our interactions online. So I'm scared that I will give you the wrong advice or bad advice, or that what if I miss that message and then you're relying so hard on my reply that, you know, something bad happens. That pressure is quite a lot to take on. So I just want to say, if you are struggling, if you are in a bad place or you need help, there are always people you can turn to, whether it's professionals, therapists, police, charities. But even if you don't go to those, there must be someone in your life that you can share this with, that knows you a little bit better and knows your situation better, that can offer you help. Even if you don't think there is anyone like that, there really will be. So many helpful, kind people out there that will want to help you, get you through whatever you need to get through. So ideally, please turn to those people, your family, your friends, all these charities, etc., if you are in a bad place, because I really don't want to give you bad advice, because I'm just going on my own personal experiences, my own opinions, my views. They're not necessarily correct. And people have been adding me on Facebook too, that I recognise names from YouTube. I don't really use Facebook, so I haven't been accepting them, just purely because there's really no point to you being on my Facebook, because I don't really use it. But I do have a personal page on there, so if you want to message me, go to my personal blogger kind of profile on there, where I show my videos and stuff like that, and you can message me on there. It'll be much quicker to get to me that way, because it'll just get lost in all my friends' messages otherwise and things like that, okay? I hope you guys understand and that didn't come off bad. I really love that you feel like you can share things with me and that you think I can help. That's quite a privilege and an honour, so thank you. And I'm not saying don't message me, but just make sure you're also sharing your feelings and your worries with people close to you too. On a lighter note, I reached 8,000 subscribers, so thanks so much. I know it's silly to be that excited about reaching 8,000, but for me that's a big deal, because it's me. I've never thought of myself as cool or like one of the popular kids or whatever, so the fact that that many people would click a button that kind of attaches you to me in some way is amazing. There's still not enough of you choosing to click on the videos though, so that needs to still go up if I'm going to make a go of this and actually make some money. But we're getting there, slowly but surely, and thanks so much to those that do watch my videos, those that comment. There's so many of you that comment regularly, and I recognise your names, and whenever I see them pop up it makes me so happy. And let's keep this going. I really want to make 10,000 like soon, so if you know anyone that you think might like my channel or any of my videos, just, you know, subtly tell them to come and have a look, or just, you know, just bombard them and tell them they should. That'd be better actually. More the merrier. Let's make this a fun, geeky, awkward party all together. I've said this enough blooming times already, you're probably sick of it, but I am off to New York on the 9th of March for a week. Get to meet up with my boyf and his friend Fraser and his girlfriend Zoe, and we're going to be spending a week together there. So I just want all your tips, all the obscure things, the hidden gems, or just anything you really think I should do in New York. It's my first time, and I imagine it'll probably be the only opportunity I'll get to go to New York. So I really want to do everything I can, see as much as I can, just make the most of this city that I've dreamed about visiting for decades. So please help me make it like an unforgettable, life-changing trip. Anything that you think I'd enjoy. Hope you enjoyed my Brits Get Ready With Me video. There's no vloggy stuff that's gone up on my channel because it's all on that seedbackstage.com website. So please guys, help me out. Sign up there and then find my content, my little videos, and just share them. It will just help me look good. So please help me out there. So I think I'm going to save some other things I've enjoyed or wanted to talk about for a favourites video. I never really do favourites videos, but I think I might do one soon, just like a current favourites, so I'm not like, I don't feel pressured to do one every month. But yeah, I think I've covered everything I wanted to cover. I hope you've all had a good week. Winter's tough, isn't it? It's tough to stay like smiling positive in winter. it's those sunny, crisp days that get you through, that make you think, okay, it's not too bad. And anyway, I hope you're all doing all right. Continue to send me comments underneath the videos. I love replying to you on there, having a little chat. Welcome to new subscribers. You probably aren't hearing this because you will have given up on this video already. Have a fabulous weekend, and I don't know what day I see you next, but I'm trying to upload as regularly as possible. Okay, I'll go now. Have a great day. Lots of love.